Hey everybody, just wrapping up another video while I was sitting here, and I looked over and noticed we've got a sloughed crayfish shell. So somebody has molted, and that is the remains of their shell. And so we definitely have a soft shell crayfish somewhere in the tank. Now I've been looking at this one, and he's just kind of sitting out in the open, so I really don't think he's going to be the soft shell. Most of the time, I don't know if you noticed the sculpin sitting on that piece of wood back there, but most of the time when a crayfish has sloughed and it is in the soft shell state, they hide. They know they're vulnerable, and they hide until their shell hardens up. There's one of those little sculpin darter thingies. So we've also got a crayfish that's down in here, I'm pretty sure. I saw some claws sticking out earlier. And if you'll look at it, it seems to me that it almost looks like that area has been barricaded off. It's got leaves tucked down in there. Those two pieces of wood have been moved into the front. We've even got a piece of wood moved across the back area. I don't think that was there before. I think this piece of wood here was further back this way. So I would not be surprised if the crayfish actually built itself a little fortress to hide in while its shell is hardening up. So I'll reach in and pull that piece of shell out in a minute. For first thing I want to do is actually try to touch this crayfish, see if it lets me touch it before it darts away, and I'll tell you whether this one's the soft one or not. Yep, that's him. That is absolutely a soft shell crayfish. I don't want to squeeze it too hard because I don't want to damage its internal organs. I flicked its tail and scared the crap out of me. But that is the soft one right there. I'm really surprised it's just sitting out in the open like that. Very interesting. So this is the shell it's sloughed, or shed if you want to say that. What happens is that back plate splits open. You can kind of see that's pretty self-evident, and it more or less just backs its way out of its skin casing, its shell casing, and that's what's left behind. So I'll leave that in the tank. I always leave that in the tank. They will eat that. There's meat left in there, and of course the shell itself will provide good calcium for the crayfish to continue staying nice and healthy. So I'm going to leave him alone, like I said, with that soft shell like that. He actually felt what I would consider to be a paper shell. So that might have actually sloughed last night, yesterday evening. It was not in there when I fed the tanks about 7 o'clock last night. So sometime since then till now, and it's about 6 o'clock now, so sometime in the last 24 hours, that crayfish right there sloughed its shell. I'd love to get the process on video one day. If I ever get the opportunity, believe me, I will. But that's him right there, and he's already got a very firm, again, what I would think of as a paper shell, and maybe that's why it's already sitting out like that. Not exactly sure how that process works. I believe it is the new shell reacts to oxygen in the water, and the oxygen has something to do with the hardening process. And the new shell that basically starts out as soft as skin, it's basically just like fleshy, and over the course of time it just gets harder and harder, and it eventually turns into something like your fingernail, So there you go. Very interesting. All right, everybody. I'm going to get back to it. I got some stuff I got to get done tonight. So I'm going to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you're subscribed. You never know what you're going to get with me. Hopefully one day you'll get to see the crayfish actually physically sloughing its shell. So there you go. Enjoy. See you on the next one.